If your cucumber plants are yellowing, wilting, or just refusing to produce, don't worry, I've been there too. Today I'm sharing the 10 most common cucumber growing mistakes I see home gardeners make, and most importantly, how to fix each one. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do to grow healthy, productive cucumber vines that give you baskets of crisp, delicious cucumbers all summer long. Let's jump right in. The first big mistake gardeners make when growing cucumbers is planting them too early. If your seeds didn't sprout or your seedlings turned yellow and died off, chances are the soil just wasn't warm enough yet. Cucumbers are a true warm season crop and they simply won't germinate well in cool soil. When soil temperatures are below 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the seeds often rot before they ever get a chance to grow. The fix? Wait until the soil is warm and nighttime temps are consistently above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're itching to start early, use a small greenhouse, cloche, or row covers to warm the soil faster. If you're a hot climate gardener like me, meaning your summers are so hot you struggle to grow cucumbers, then planting early is actually the best thing. I recommend hot climate gardeners direct sow seeds for cucumbers 2 weeks before your last spring frost date, knowing that you will still get a few more cold fronts. Chances are your soil is warm enough, you just got to protect the tender seedlings from the last few mild cold fronts that will move into the area. This will give you a huge jump start on the season so you can grow and harvest all of your cucumbers out before the pests, diseases, and the heat decimate everything. The second mistake is probably the biggest one that I suggest you avoid at all costs, and that's growing cucumbers on the ground, as in not on some type of vertical support like what I have here. I see a lot of gardeners do this, especially if you're new to growing cucumbers, because they just don't know that cucumbers are a vining plant. There are some compact varieties, but for the most part, expect vines that get over 8 feet long. Growing cucumbers on the ground causes a ton of issues, like your cucumber plants get covered in pests and diseases because most of these things live in the soil and they just easily jump up on your plants if you grow them on the ground. Also, it is hard to find cucumbers at harvest time. They are dirty, or if you're growing a long cucumber variety, they don't grow nice and straight because they're rambling all over the ground. To fix this, install some sort of a trellis before direct sowing the seeds or transplanting. I make a very easy and inexpensive trellis using 2 T-posts and some heavy-duty mesh vinyl trellis material. I'll link in the description to my tutorial that shows you how I build it, and I'll link to where you can find all of the supplies. However, there are a million ways to make some sort of a vertical trellis. Mistake number 3 is not planting cucumbers in decent soil. Cucumbers are heavy feeders requiring lots of nutrients, and the roots hate compacted soil. They need loose, rich, well-draining soil to quickly expand and reach for the nutrients the plants need for maximum production. If you didn't get that much production and your plants were not lush, green vines, then I would suspect soil quality was not that great. To fix this, amend the growing area with compost, aged manure, or worm castings before direct sowing cucumber seeds or planting some transplants. The organic matter keeps the soil fluffy and adds lots of nutrients so your cucumbers grow fast and strong. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jara and I've been gardening all of my life. I'm a certified permaculture designer and I own a seed and plant nursery where I grow and sell many of the same cucumber varieties you see in my videos. I love sharing my knowledge from both the plant world and the farming industry so that home gardeners like you can take your skills to the next level and grow amazing food right at home, like this big basket of cucumbers. I invite you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my gardening tutorials. All right, moving along, let's discuss mistake number 4, which is inconsistent watering. When the soil swings from too dry to too wet, cucumber plants get stressed out. You'll notice bitter tasting fruit, blossom end rot formation, some fruit may develop into a weird shape or not fill out completely, or just in general wilted, sad looking leaves. The fix? Water deeply 2 to 3 times a week depending on your weather. If you're in a hot and dry climate, then the soil will need more water, or if you just got a lot of rain, then you will not need as much. I recommend the finger test. Stick your pointer finger into the soil near the base of your cucumber plants. If it is dry to your second knuckle, then the plants could use some water. Also, mulch the base of your cucumber plants because this will help maintain even moisture levels to avoid all of the issues caused by inconsistent watering, especially blossom end rot. And this brings me to my 5th mistake, and that is overwatering can be just as bad. Cucumbers love moisture, but not soggy roots. Too much water can cause root rot, which means the plants can't uptake nutrients very well, making the leaves turn yellow. In fact, when someone asks me why their plants look all yellow, the very first thing I suspect is that they're overwatering. It is that common of a mistake with all plants, not just cucumbers. To fix, let the top 1 to 2 inches of soil dry out in between waterings. Again, the finger test works very well for this. It will literally let you know if the top few inches of soil are wet or dry. Mistake number 6 is not fertilizing your cucumber plants. Cucumbers are a fast crop. They germinate quickly, grow fast, and put on a heavy harvest all at once. Because of this, they are heavy feeders. They need nutrients available at all times to be the best they can be and produce a nice big harvest. Having soil with lots of organic matter helps, but adding additional fertilizer is really going to take your cucumber harvest to the next level. A big mistake is not fertilizing enough or using the wrong fertilizer. The fix: fertilize your cucumber plants every 7 to 10 days with an organic fertilizer only. Don't use synthetic fertilizers because you risk burning your plants when you fertilize this often. Initially, I like to use a balanced all-purpose fertilizer like Espoma Garden Tone, but once you start to see flowers, you need to switch to something that is not high in nitrogen because that is the nutrient responsible for leafy growth. You will get a bunch of leaves and less flowers and fruit. When flowers appear, choose a fertilizer that is higher in phosphorus and potassium, which support flower and fruit production. I really like to use a bloom booster, which is specifically formulated to increase flowers. More flowers means more fruit. The 7th mistake when growing cucumbers is growing them when it's too hot. They are a warm season crop, but they don't grow and produce well when temperatures get up into about the 90s range. You will notice the flowers drop or simply are not getting pollinated, so no production. There are a few things you can do to fix this. If you already have plants growing in the garden when it's starting to get over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, install 40% shade cloth and mulch to keep the roots cool. In extreme hot climates like mine here in Florida, cultivar selection is going to be the solution. Choose heat-tolerant Asian or hybrid varieties known to be more heat resistant. Some of my favorites include 201 hybrid cucumbers, Japanese long, and China jade. Or go with one of many cucumber substitutes like Indian snake cucumbers, which are actually a melon but look and taste just like cucumbers. I can get those to grow and produce even in the middle of July, which says a lot. If you're a Florida gardener, you know exactly what I mean. If you want something to pickle, then grow cucamelons or West Indian burr gherkins. Mistake number 8 is not mulching your cucumber plants. I mentioned earlier how mulching helps to keep soil moisture levels consistent, but it also is important for more than just that. It also serves as a barrier, preventing soil pathogens like mold or the fungus that causes powdery mildew from jumping or splashing up onto your cucumber plants, where then they start spreading all over the place. If you notice leaf diseases are climbing from the bottom, as in they start at the lowest leaves and start traveling upwards, the fix is to apply 2 to 3 inches of some sort of mulch and remove the bottommost 12 to 18 inches of leaves. This will greatly slow down the spread of pathogens in the soil. Mistake number 9 is not treating plant diseases as soon as you see them, because when you grow cucumbers, you will get them. Check your plants every day and do something about it as soon as you notice it, because each day that passes is another day for the disease to spread around and take a stronger hold over your plants. It is not something you did wrong, so don't freak out. Just understand that cucumber plants easily succumb to plant diseases, and the 2 most common ones you'll see are powdery mildew and downy mildew. Powdery mildew spreads on the top surface of the leaves and looks like soft powdery white spots. Downy mildew spreads primarily on the underside of the leaves, where you will notice soft grayish spots. But then on the opposite side of the gray downy mildew spot, so like the upper side of the leaf, is usually corresponding yellow or brown spots. Some gardeners ignore the issue, which is not good. Both powdery mildew and downy mildew will spread to eventually infect all of the leaves. This basically puts the entire plant in stress. Its immune system is attacked, which lowers the plant's ability to function properly. And since the leaves are affected, photosynthesis decreases. The overall decline in plant health eventually becomes too great and the whole thing dies prematurely, causing you to miss out on potential harvests. The fix for this is to slow down the spread of the diseases by removing badly infected leaves, leaving just the healthiest leaves at the top. Then spray with 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water to clean and disinfect the leaves. I douse my plants with this solution about once every 3 days until I see an improvement. For especially aggressive spread of powdery mildew or downy mildew, I recommend switching to something stronger like Monterey brand disease control. Also, fertilizing consistently, like I mentioned previously, will help the cucumber vines put out new healthy green growth to outpace all the growth catching diseases. The 10th mistake gardeners make when growing cucumbers is not harvesting enough. If you let cucumbers grow too big and stay on the vine, the plant thinks its job is done, that it has produced seed for the next generation, and can now die. The vines start to decline and stop producing. There is no going back once this happens. The fix is to check your cucumber vines every day and harvest when they are medium sized. Don't wait for them to get super big and long. Those big ones will be full of seeds and not have great flavor anyways. The more you pick, the more the plant will keep producing because it is not allowed to produce seed, signaling that it's at the end of its life cycle. Just Check your plants every day, move the leaves around, and look up through the foliage to really check, because trust me, there are some you didn't notice. I always find some surprise cucumbers. Since you stayed with me until the end, I've got a bonus mistake for you, which is lack of pollination. Cucumber plants need pollinators, especially bees, to transfer pollen between flowers. If you don't have enough bee activity in your garden, the flowers either won't form fruit at all, or the fruit grows misshapen, thick on one end, and thin or underdeveloped on the other. That's a classic sign the flower wasn't fully pollinated. There are a few things you can do to fix this. The easiest one is to attract more pollinators to your cucumber plants. My #1 bee magnet is African blue basil, but I also grow borage, salvias, zinnias, and sunflowers. Having a variety is best since different bee species prefer different flowers. If you're not sure what to plant, I have a bee garden seed collection on my website with hand-picked flowers, specifically chosen to draw pollinators. I'll link it below in the description. You can also hand pollinate your cucumber flowers. Just take a small paintbrush, swirl it inside a male flower to collect pollen, and then gently brush it into a female flower, the one with the tiny baby cucumber behind it. I usually repeat this a couple of times to make sure the flower is 100% pollinated. And here's my favorite tip: grow parthenocarpic cucumber varieties. These types self-pollinate, meaning every female flower can produce fruit without bees or hand pollination. It's a guaranteed way to boost your harvest. Parthenocarpic varieties were originally developed for greenhouse growers who didn't have pollinators, but they're amazing for home gardeners too. A few that I grow and have available on my website are China Jade and Bait Alpha. Both are reliable, productive, and absolutely delicious. So there you have it, 10 cucumber growing mistakes and how to fix them. If you avoid these, you'll be harvesting crisp, healthy cucumbers all season long. And if you're looking for cucumber seeds or other vegetable varieties to grow in your garden, I have many of them available on my seed and plant nursery website called jarrahsgarden.com. If this video helped you, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more gardening tutorials, and share it with a friend who's growing cucumbers this season. Thank you for watching, and happy gardening.